As you heard, the title of this talk is Selling with Noble Purpose, which is the title of my book. And over the 5 minutes that we have together, what I'd like to do is challenge some assumptions that you may have about sales. You know, very rarely do we hear the word noble and selling in the same sentence. The image of the pushy, aggressive, money-grubbing salesperson is often representative of everything that we believe to be is wrong in business. But today I want to share some data with you that might surprise you. I want to tell you about what really motivates top-performing salespeople and the implications that this has for leaders of all businesses. So for the last couple of years, I've been on a quest. I've spent 6 years and over 10,000 hours working with salespeople all around the world. And my quest was to figure out what's the difference between the top-performing salespeople, the ones who drive the most revenue, and the average-performing salespeople. And the results were startling. The number one difference between the top performers and the average performers was their mindset. Top-performing salespeople sold with a sense of noble purpose. The salespeople who truly wanted to make a difference to their customers drove more revenue than the salespeople who were just focused on revenue targets and money. And this flies in the face of what we've traditionally been led to believe about salespeople. We've been led to believe that money is the top motivator for salespeople and that doing good by the world runs a distant second. But this is not true. Top-performing salespeople are the people who want to make a difference to their customers. But we have a problem, because there's a disconnect between what actually motivates top-performing salespeople and the way most organizations talk to salespeople. And I'm going to give you an example. Some of you have probably bought a car. I'm an American. If you've bought a car in America, I don't know how exactly it works in your neck of the woods, but if you've bought a car in America, it was probably a soul-sucking experience. The car salesperson cares about one thing. What? Closing the deal and money. But let's look at the industry as a whole. If you think about the automotive industry, they have genius engineers. They have done amazing consumer research to figure out what we might want and need in a car years down the line. They have great marketing. You watch their ads and they're gorgeous. But what happens? It all falls apart when you get to the showroom floor. Why is that? The salesperson doesn't care about you. He doesn't want to make a difference to you. All he wants to do is close the deal. Why? It's not because he's a bad person. It's because closing the deal is the only thing his manager has talked to him about. You know, after I published this book, Selling with Noble Purpose, I've gotten emails. It's only been out for 2 months, and I've gotten emails from salespeople all around the world saying, this is exactly what I wanted for my job. This is what I want to be. I want to be a person who makes a difference. And then comes the but. And the but is, but I don't think my senior leadership will go along with it because all they care about is money. Now, think about this. Salespeople that drive the most revenue, who make the most money, are the people who have a sense of purpose. Yet what happens inside most organizations? All we talk about is quantitative metrics. And so there's a couple things I want you to take away from this. The first is the way that you talk about your customers matters. And the example I gave with the car salespeople, when you go to a car sales meeting, what do they talk about? Do they talk about how can we help people be safer? How can we help them feel sexier in their cars? No, they talk about how many can we close today. And so if all you talk about inside your business with regard to customers is numbers and metrics, if the customers become anonymous prospects to you, that narrative will carry out into the dialogue that salespeople have with customers. So the way leaders talk to salespeople about customers is the way salespeople think about customers, and it affects the way that they interact with them. So if you treat your customers like a number, they will return the favor. You will be a mediocre organization at best with no differentiation. Second thing I want you to take away is what we all know to be true. Quantitative metrics do not move the human heart or touch the human spirit. The reason that we often overemphasize numbers as opposed to a sense of purpose or making a difference isn't because leaders are bad people. It's simply because we don't have another way to talk about business. But the good news is when you infuse your business with a sense of noble purpose, you not only create a passionate, motivated, engaged sales force, but you also make more money. My research bears it out. Jim Stengel's research, my colleague at Procter & Gamble, he demonstrated over a 10-year period, companies that want to make a difference to their customers outperform the market by over 400%. So the third thing I want you to take away from this, when you think about salespeople, try and erase that image that you may have of the pushy, money-grubbing person, because after interviewing thousands of salespeople around the world, I can tell you, salespeople want to make money, but they also want to make a difference. And I believe that sales organizations represent our best opportunity for reframing the narrative of business. Because when you change the way salespeople think about their customers, you ignite a chain reaction that changes the way businesses think about customers and the way that they think about their employees. Because as much as people want to make money, they do want to make a difference. And when you give people the chance to make a difference, they will outperform the competition and you'll become a happier leader. So thanks.